How's it going, guys? The king of the fourth quarter here, and I'm back with some more of our Minnesota Timberwolves MyGM mode. Now in this one, we're in the Target Center. We're at home against the Atlanta Hawks in those sexy away jerseys that they got on. Man, I love those a lot. Kind of looks like the American McDonald's All-American game. Anyway, we're home against the Atlanta Hawks. We're coming into the game 6-8, which is pretty good compared to what this team did last year, finishing with 15 or 16 wins total. So us getting 6 in the first month is kind of a big deal, and we're feeling good about it. We already knew that our expectations were low. We didn't do much to get better besides, of course, getting Karl-Anthony Towns. We picked up some veterans, Tayshaun Prince, etc. So, I mean, we didn't expect to do more than, I'd say, about 24 wins total. But having 6 in the first month is pretty good. So last game you saw was our season opener against the LA Lakers in the Staples Center. And we barely got out there with a W against one of the worst teams in the league. Went all the way into overtime. You should go watch that video if you haven't already. It's always in the description, the playlist for these videos. But we barely got out there with a W. And it was a lot different than this game for sure. When we played against the Lakers, there was a lot of ISO basketball. They weren't really running plays or running any type of motion. It was give Kobe the ball and get out the way. Get Lou Will the ball and get out the way. Just stuff like that. And going against this Atlanta Hawks team that just went crazy last year and surprised the world and leading the East. There's not a selfish soul on this team, honestly. There was no ISO ball. They were moving in constant motion, and it was so hard to guard that. Our defense is not that great. You'll see in this video. You'll see it's kind of like the ugly truth. We were feeling good. 6 wins in a month. We were feeling pretty good, but this Atlanta Hawks team kind of ran us ridiculously. And they always have the floor space because Kyle Korver's on the floor. We can't really help defense. It's kind of tough. It was kind of tough playing this game. You see right there, and won. But yeah, man, it was just really hard to go against this team. Now I understand, like, 2K did do a lot better because on paper this team isn't amazing, but when you watch them play and you see the sets that they run, this team is really hard to beat. So right here, oh, top of the key, knock that down. Oh, that's pretty big. So it didn't start off too terribly. We were in this game, but once we get to about the second half or the second quarter even, they just started to run away. Al Horford went crazy on us, and it was a silent crazy too. He ended with like 30 points, 33 points, and I didn't even know he was going off like that. It was just, our interior defense wasn't great. We couldn't help off the perimeter either, and you see that air ball. That was kind of the sign of this game, and a finish on the other end by Kyle Korver. So after this game, I got to thinking, I think it's time for some change. We got some pieces on this team that don't necessarily fit, and I think we should move those pieces. So that's probably what we're going to do in the very next video, which will be Monday. If you don't know the schedule, everything's always in the description. Just check the description. Everything's there for you. I got it all set up. But like Nikola Pekovic, in this game, he was just terrible. Defensively, offensively, he just doesn't fit. And if you watch any of the other videos, the other episodes of this series, I kind of said that I wasn't sure if Ricky Rubio fits this motion and what we try to run, and he actually does, man. We try to run that up-tempo, fast break offense, and Rubio's an amazing passer. We don't need him to score much, and I was thinking that we did in the beginning of the series, but after playing with him a couple games, I'm like, yeah, he fits. And at halftime, it's 52-37. You see, we just getting destroyed. And we also have some pieces like Tayshaun Prince, just some older guys who were brought in there to kind of be mentors for the young guys. But if we can move those and potentially get our GM happy, like if you watch the very first video, you'll know that our GM wanted us to trade for a first-round pick. So we can, you know, put together something just to make our GM happy and keep the rotation young. I think we're going to have to do that very next video. And you see the examples of what I'm talking about, man. This team was destroying us in every way possible. Offensively, defensively, they were finishing at the cup, making their threes, making their free. Like, I couldn't do anything. I changed the matchups. I did pretty much everything you can think of to try to make this game better for us, and it didn't really work out. It got to the point we're in the third quarter, and I was like, this game's already over. I'm the king in the fourth quarter, and in the third quarter I already knew it was no way for me to come back because we couldn't get momentum. We had little runs of like 6-0 runs, and eventually they'll come back with like a 12-6 run. Like, they were just destroying us. You see right there, a turnover off us, and they're going to get a bucket on the other end. Just the story of the game. We just couldn't get anything started, which is okay. I mean, this isn't the team that we were expecting to do much with. See Pekovic getting this stuff beat up. I'm like, oh my God. But like I said, the expectations were too high. But if we can bring another piece in that's young, that can develop with these young players, I think we can, you know, that'll help us a lot. especially if it's somebody in the draft. We did do some scouting. We'll see in the very next video. We did a lot. Next video isn't going to be in-game gameplay. It'll be of me going through what's going on in the league, like who's leading the league and what, and things like that. So be expecting that Monday. And then leave a like if you're enjoying this series, because where I have it now, I have videos coming out on that on Monday and Friday. But if you guys like it enough, we can push one in there Wednesday. We can get 3 in 1 week, and see at the end of the third quarter, down by 20, and I decided not to even show you the rest. You see the final score. We put up 24 points in that fourth quarter, which is actually pretty good compared to the rest of the game, but that wasn't enough because they outscored us again. End of the game. And you know, like I said, we got a lot of changes to do, a lot of things to do to make this team better. And that's it, guys, man. That's the end of the game. You'll see Al Horford went crazy. Just a bunch of back to the basket type buckets, offensive rebounds. Just any way he could have beat us, he did. And that's all I got for you guys, man. It's been the King of the Fourth. You can stay tuned for the stats if you want, but I'm out. Thanks so much for watching.